Mickey. For him to set the tempo of this game, and if he's successful, I think that is what's going to allow Liquid to win this game.
Let us see whether or not they can make this happen on the side of Team Liquid. Mickey on his...
For him, I just have to mention, I mean, is Mickey laning against Shadow Fiend or goddamn Bad Rider? This guy is not Fiend, guys, it's Shadow Fiend. But this is 2022. Everyone has some changes to the spells, and now, of course, when you stack up the raises, turn rate slow, movement speed slow, I mean, you could see it there. It's deadly. You don't get to run away anymore. Top lane, Kokoda in a bit of trouble.
He's in a little bit of trouble.
And once again, when I say trouble, I mean dead.
Dead. It's a good thing you're on the mic right now. You're learning the Costa's curse, Kezu. It's good.
I am. Trouble equals dead. You guys can just, you know, remember it for now. When I say trouble, they're never fine.
Someone absolutely gonna die. Well, that kill middle changes a lot about the dynamics of the early game. They were probably expecting we're gonna have a good lane from the Tiny, and then that'll sort of cover for the fact that we're getting decent farm from the Faceless Void, not like phenomenal. So as a result of that kill, we actually see a little bit of trouble onto Insania. He ate himself an Impale, but with the decays, he should still be okay. Does this change how the game is going to be played overall for GPK, or just gets himself out of trouble? Unfortunately, the Hakoda will not be able to do the same. Gets charged into, Magic Missile will be there, but Nika comes in with the Surge and the Avalanche. There's no way this Venge can escape this. They're just going to try and waste their time a little bit. Will end up dying still, but nonetheless, that's still 4 heroes that you commit to try and bring down Hakoda in the 5 position. I say hashtag worth if I'm VP.
Yeah, VP are absolutely happy with this because, so as we talked about what the cores are supposed to do, right? Once Ramsey sees any information on the map, with his 2000 HP at this point in the game with Armlet, he knows that Void isn't going to be able to kill it. Sure, maybe he gets chronoed, but he sees all the other heroes on the bottom area. So as long as his team can feed him the information, then this is what allows him to go back to the lane farm and now fall back to the jungle. So VP currently are playing very well and are trying to find this opening for Liquid.
Whilst he can, and eventually, Faceless Void always does come good. But we also saw yesterday, right, that they played, I think VP, didn't they play the CK into Void? And speaking of which, hold on, Void is right next to Yamich. He was scouted by the Sentry Ward. And he was being cute, but unfortunately not being cute enough. Boxy scouts him, Boxy helps him get the kill onto him. And now Matu's even happier, closer and closer towards having more farm.
Yeah, nice job by Liquid just to, you know, secure your areas. You are playing against a Nyx Assassin, so you want to have sentries on the map. And yeah, I do think the go time for Liquid is gonna be this Blink Dagger on Tiny, because right now it seems very, very hard for them to change anything about the state of the map. And Virtus.pro, I mean, as we've touched on, they're happy with this. They're gonna get this Wraith Pact on Broodmother. And there's going to be a big timing for Liquid to come, where I think fighting 5-on-5 is very hard, because you're going to lag damage. Sure, you have this Darkseer shells, but you're going to have Wraith Pact lowering the damage.
Instead, he's just like, oh, wait, there's actually a Spirit Breaker nearby. But it's probably safer to just try and pursue the mid lane push, right?
Oh, absolutely. Especially with Boxy's quick fingers on the bulldoze there, applying himself with some side resistance. Mid lane charge.
Gets connected onto Ramses, comes in, gets off the Phantasm. It's going to be the first wall of replica of the game with the vacuum onto GPK. But they will just happily try and destroy these. Boxy finds the ultimate onto GPK, but he still gets avalanched in. They really want the SF, but they're still not able to find him. Matu puts him in the bubble, and that finally will lead into the kill on the SF. VP did their utmost best to try and stop that from happening, but it just wasn't good enough. And now they're going to dive onto Yamich as well behind the tier 1 tower. He ends up losing his life, boxing a double kill towards Zai. And Team Liquid, yet again, they do this full Quantum Spiders out. A few hits with the Spawn Spiderling to just distract, and he's gone. He's fine. Maybe
look at Ramses.
Ramses is being charged into, but look at Yamich with the Impale preventing any approach into Ramses. Ramses was thinking about coming back for the haste rune, but decides that his life is more important, but he might still end up dead. Hakoda forced to swap him back into the mid lane just to create more space for the CK. He will commit his own life in the process. Erstwhile top lane, GPK, he's in danger here. Matu doesn't have the bubble, but they do have the vision. Hakoda is charging in, but check out Ramses throwing in the damage onto the Faceless Void, killing him just at the very end of the Mask of Madness duration. GPK though will still end up dead as Boxy and Zai right on top of the situation.
Oh, I actually think VP need to be a little careful with how their cores are playing right now. They're all taking heavy damage. You have Ramses keeping in here. They do get a clutch kill on Matu, but now he's stuck here without TP, without any HP. So items like Wraith Pact, they're stronger, the less net worth that is in the game overall, because then the percentage is gonna pull in more. As top lane, look at Hakoda in the jungle.
Hakoda in the jungle. not want to fight, and Team Liquid recognize they don't want to fight, but we do. They now smoke up. GPK, does he have a Coda nearby? He does, but Yamich won't be so lucky. He already ended up with the death onto him. Ramses goes in with the ultimate, and there's the bubble. Hakoda will get the swap out, but they have the vision onto GPK as they're coming in with Boxy as well. In the meantime, though, Ramses turning things around onto Zai, and with these illusions, able to kill him. GPK died near the tier 2 tower, though, so they've gotten the primary target, but we'll see if Ramses can try and clean this one up. Boxy fairly low on HP, gets off the ultimate, though, with the Nether Strike onto the CK, dragging the rest of VP further away from his own squad. Doesn't want them to play down here on the south, but now Mike jumps in on the north. Avalanche top onto Ramses. Not enough damage to really threaten him just yet, but Matu is delivering that damage. Matu will finally die. That's the first life committed from him. Once he comes back, he's waiting for Mike to deliver him a juicy target. Yamich looks like he might be the one that will give up his life as a sacrifice, but by character, it's all too good. Instead, it's DM. They go for the easier target. Not every day that the Spider is the easiest one to kill, but they haven't been able to kill him just yet. DM. Raid packed, the full pipe of it.
With soul rips, time walks, time dilation. Whereas for VP, if their BKBs run out, it's very hard for them to fight. So VP need to look for like a clutch swap and fast fights with soon the Blink Dagger on Nyx Assassin. They're looking for a play right now. So Zono's down one.
It's actually a pretty big deal, but no, they don't get off the chain disable. So he gets off the BKB, and now here's the back wall. Hakoda pulled back into it. He's the first casualty of this fight. Ramses will be able to kill Zai, though. But Boxy coming in for some revenge. Nether Strike onto GPK. He's not allowed to escape the fight, so he's dead as well. Mike on another streak. Ramses at least gets the one revenge kill onto Insania as well, turning this into a 3-for-2. DM trying to give up his own life for the cause, but they were trying to ignore him and jump onto Ramses instead. Mike sticking with the spider as Ramses surrounded by the Void and the Spirit Breaker, and they've broken his life, his own spirit. They get the kill. They no avalanche. He gets the toss. The very last second, DM not allowed to escape this fight. The question is, can they kill him? They've tried so many times in the past. He's gotten 0 deaths.
But again, I must... Virtus.pro, you're winning your lanes so commandingly, and then they're just giving up some freebies here and there. Ramses doesn't really have business dying in the bottom lane, and the mid play before too. They need to, again, take a deep breath and, you know, get back into this game properly at bottom.
Let's see if they're going to find a kill for Ramses this time around. And Zai is going to be the priority target. They don't have the damage just yet. Zai gets slips back. They finally stun him up. GKK will show up, and he's the one that's going to provide the damage with the Sonic Wave. Coming in from Mike, as he's also made a rotation. They haven't even been able to kill Zai just yet. Lasso going out onto Matumba Man. Mike getting zoned back by GPK. GPK won't be allowed to get the kill because the invest from Matu ensures that Mike has the HP. And now Boxy looking towards DM deeper in the lane. They've caught him, they've surrounded him, they've corralled him, and they're certainly going to kill him. And when DM falls, he's going to be giving away another kill towards the side of Team Liquid. On the bright side, though, Ramses and Yamich were able to chase Mike all the way towards the tier 1 tower in the mid lane, and there they will eventually kill him. But that's 3 for 1. That's Mike surviving for so long that he drew away all of GPK's attention. Most of
it's happened that perhaps they don't have too much business trying to do.
The middle lane, Boxy will find themselves a nice little target here as they toss back GPK towards Mike. Mike will have to retreat from this because GPK got up the Laguna and the LSA. Ramses also shows up. Had the lingering damage coming in from the Phantasm illusions and a DD, so utilizes them both to kill Boxy. I mean, they're okay with this. It's still rotations towards middle, but for VP, you were mentioning it earlier, right? That they are so good at being able to win out these lanes. What do you think keeps happening where as soon as the laning phase does break down and we get into this early mid game, why do they struggle so much to cohesively take these team fights?
I feel like their first moves are... perhaps they're not well set up. It's a bit too reactionary, or they're trying a little too hard to force it aggressively as DM. He's just gonna walk it off with the Qualifier for now, even going aggressively on Insania. Okay,
this is a bit much. Insania should end up dying here, but I'm not sure if this was worth it because there's no way Tia gets out of this one himself. Will end up dead. Mike not gonna take the... They smoke immediately. They're gonna go fight. But they were scouted. They observer watch here.
Radiant are scanning.
Okay, so they smoked themselves with the 2 supports here on VP. I mean, they want to protect GPK. He's very low.
Not in the best place, so don't take this chance. Access to the RP Do they want to try for this? DM has an old tumbler sword, able to get forward, finding Zai. Static Storm will be there. Matu TP'd into it. But yet again, the infest plays come in. Not going to be able to keep him alive, but it will spend a lot of time with GPK trying to kill the Magnus. So he's not prepared for that counterplay coming in from Team Liquid. Zai trades his life for the opposing mid laner, but as you've mentioned so many times, when you play Lina mid, Lina's the actual carry, so you've taken down their core. They're coming middle as well. They really want to jam these. They don't get you in time. But what a play! In the top side of the map, mid lane, the one to get caught instead will be Yamich, giving a killing spree towards Mike. It feels like Team Liquid are everywhere here, Kezu. How on earth are VP allowed to play Dota?
I mean, Liquid are just too fast. Even now, look on Ramsey. He's getting slowed by the Witchblade and lands of pursuit. And he's just dead.
Yep.
That's another one.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Team Liquid playing some fair Dota. We're gonna get GPK. GPK is the one. He gets over BKB though. Glimpse back. Matu. Here comes Zai jumping in. RP and Matu. They kill him through the BKB, Kezu. It doesn't matter to them. And now Ramsey's doing his best to try and run away. Sonic Wave pushes him back into the ice path, in fact, and they'll be able to isolate him away from his illusions. Kill him as well. Foxy is the one credited with that one. And that's going to be a tier 2 tower falling shortly thereafter. Kezu, this is something else. This is Team Liquid showing us that they will accept nothing less than the top of the group in group number B here at the last chance qualifier.
I mean, to be real, this is Team Liquid smurfing in the LCQ as Tusk trying to
get the Aegis. Whether they'll get away with it, I don't know. Fight will happen. Foxy looking like he wants to go in, able to get him onto the disruptor. In the meantime, RP went onto the Batrider. Sonic Wave does come across 3 heroes. There is a Latsu onto the Matumba Man, Lifestealer, and GPK turns onto him with the BKB, and they are able to kill him. Ramses armlet tossing to victory as they are able to kill Zai. Ramses does end up taking a tumble. GPK's first life is taken. Now they are trying to surround the stragglers in this fight. Yamich, he gets taken out as well. Glimpse back from Insania right next to Hakoda. The ice block will not help to protect him, and they will be able to kill him. Foxy does have access to this new combo. He utilizes it to hold GPK in position, letting Mike get the cleanup. And now the only hero left to flee is Hakoda. He's been abandoned by DM. Mike gets a double kill. Another massive teamfight victory for Team Liquid. Yes, it does cost them the life of Zai, the life of the Matumba Man Lifestealer, but they also are allowed to take away the Aegis that VP struggled so hard to get just now.
Yeah, I mean, good job by Liquid to still take that fight afterwards and realizing that they can. But this was by far the best play that VP had in their book.
Dagger right now, as you said, they want to try and make this play as soon as humanly possible. They are going to jump onto the Jakiro. Nice Hakoda Static Storm here, allowing them to kill Insania first. However, Ramses is very low. DM does get a lasso, but it's not going to help them too much, as they have now lost Hakoda. Ramses playing 1v1 versus Matumba Man, as GPK ends up losing his life towards Mike on the back end of the fight. And Team Liquid, despite them being the ones that are surprised by this one, they just have too much damage. These heroes die too quickly. They clean up Boxy. They clean up Yamich with Boxy and Mike towards the mid lane as well. Again, another Neutronic wave for Mike.
Do you know what happened to the lasso?
Did it get cancelled? What happened?
Yeah, so the glimpse was on Magnus and he lasted him at the same time, and the distance was too high, it broke it. I don't know if it would have changed the fight, but that is yeah, not quite ideal. It's now Liquid, they're taking your racks. Once again, I really love Zai's itemization. He's been playing very well these past days as well from what I can see. His DM has a decent speed, might be forced to use it.
He does have BKB TP. He can still die here. Woo. Fortunately for him, they've already committed the Sonic Wave earlier on. Yamich won't be as lucky though, as he ends up dying here in this mid lane. Hakoda did get a glimpse back onto Zai. Zai does throw out the RP. There's going to be a Chaos Frog being thrown in. Another Say coming in for Matu, but it's not going to be good enough. GPK there with the Deso hits, and they're finally able to bring down Zai. Buyback was there for Yamich, so they want to chase forward. Glimmer Cage was supposed to protect Matu, but they still have the vision. They glimpse him back into the LSA. Do they have the damage to kill him? Yes, they do. He's supposed to buy a BKB, in fact. Insania drops an ice pod to try and protect his ally, as Boxy really wants Ramses. Gonna kill Ramses. So even though he dies, it's well worth it at the end of the day. Insania also about to take a tumble. And now he's actually going top again. Boxy bringing in another passenger. Matu doesn't have a basher though. However, this BKB will not last forever. GPK needs to get out of this. He's been tossed back. He's been killed. Boxy is just on it today, as Matu able to trump down Yamich through his BKB. Thank you very much for buying the item, he thinks to himself. This is... Wow, okay. This is very, very disheartening that they can just jump you at any time, and now they've also jumped Ramses. He doesn't have his BKB just yet. He's 100 gold shy of getting this, Kezu, but now he's been reset. A little bit of a smattering of desperation, but they will find Insania first. Somebody that'll die in a heartbeat, and that won't allow for the counterplay from Liquid. Just one of the few games where killing the 5 position is probably the best case scenario, where he can't get like re-jumped on by Zai, so at least they can reclaim their outposts, get control of the triangle again, or reclaim the triangle rather, get some vision up here. Need to wait for this next Roshan.
That's mid, looking for a glimpse onto Boxy.
They get him, but I don't know about this one. Nice static storm. Preventing Zai from throwing out the RP, and they should be able to kill him here unless Matu will be able to save him through his own DKB, and indeed he does with the Infest play. Suddenly Ramses has to turn around and run. They're able to chomp down Hakoda. Ramses, can he juke Matu? No, he cannot. Here deeper into the fight, DM also has his BKB, trying to TP himself away, but this time around they have the Sonic Wave, and they will not allow him to escape. Yamich, nice snowball blink play deeper into the river, but Insania is there. Tumbler Sway usage allows him to dodge the dual breath, so he's still alive for now. They pop drums though. They really want this kill. They will be able to find this chase. Boxy's on him with Mickey, and they give him a beyond godlike streak on the Queen of Pain. 11, 2, and 13 here in game number 2. They know us.
It's the pub smoke. The go smoke one time, then let in.
Let's see, they end up losing Yamich first and foremost. Matu pops out, chomps down Hakoda, and now they turn their attention back onto Ramses. He pops the BKB, but to what avail? Even Nikke's right clicks are just way too much for him right now. And as he dies, north of the fight, we do see Zai. At the very least, he will fall to the right click damage of GPK, but now GPK no longer has a BKB, no longer has a life, and VP no longer have a say in this game as they call GG, throw in the towel, and grant Team Liquid the 2